This will be Swagger's final game together. After this, they will head off to college. A win would mark a perfect ending to their high school journey, taking home the national championship. A loss would leave a lifelong regret. Before the game, they huddled together, pumping each other up. But Jason still worried about how the colleges would see him. The two strongest high school teams, meeting here for the ultimate showdown. Musa took the ball and passed to Jason. The weight on Jason's mind led to a costly mistake. The opinions of those colleges were always in the back of his head, and Jason's mindset began to affect his teammates. The opponent's simple pass and cut easily sliced into the paint for a score. Nick got trapped by a double team, tried to pass to Drew, but turned it over instead. The whole team was off their rhythm. They were getting crushed, down by 10 points right out of the gate. Then Nick drove and kicked it to Jason. Jason launched a three-pointer. It bounced out. Their communication was gone. The energy on the court was dead. Musa knew that. As the point guard, it was on him to bring the team together. He tightened his shoelaces, took control of the floor, directed his teammates' movement, dribbled, looking for the opening, and fed the ball to Jason. Jason spun past his defender, drove in, and slammed it down. The comeback had begun. Nick crossed half court and pulled up for a three. Splash. The game turned into a fierce back and forth. The score stayed razor close, neither side willing to back down. In the final critical moments, the coach subbed in CJ and Royal for their stronger defense. Musa and Drew came out, cheering them on. Phil sank a free throw. The team was now down by only 2 points, but the opponent quickly scored again. Jason came off a screen to the three-point line, caught the pass and fired immediately, nailed the clutch three. They were now just 1 point behind, but the opponent faked, spun past CJ, blew by Phil, and threw down a dunk. Now they were down by 3. The coach called a timeout. Jason encouraged his teammates. This game wasn't over. The coach drew up the final play. They needed a 3 to force overtime. Everyone knew the last shot would be Jason's. Out of the timeout, Drew inbound to CJ. CJ took it and swung it to Jason. Jason rose for the 3. It went in. They successfully secured the victory, but the ref said Jason's foot was on the line. Nobody could believe it. The coach asked the ref to check the replay. Everyone waited, as if for the verdict of fate. The replay was clear. Jason stepped on the line. They lost the game. The shot was eerily similar to Kevin Durant's famous playoff bucket with the Nets. If that shot hadn't been on the line, maybe the Big Three in Brooklyn wouldn't have broken up so soon. But life is always full of regrets. For Jason, and for us, it's the regrets that make life real. Alright folks, the story of Swagger ends here. Thanks to everyone who's been supporting me in the comments. There are too many of you to list. If I didn't mention you, don't feel discouraged. I've seen every bit of your support. Thank you again for all the likes, subscriptions, and comments. See you in our next series.